just knew that something was wrong. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know what I was about to get myself into. When in your life would you ever think you would just wake up one day and there would be a check in your mail for you for $20,000? Do I look f***ing stupid? I feel like I look like a ow, 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 ow. I feel like I look like a cartoon character. So it's been a while since I have filmed a story time. There just wasn't any stories that I wanted to publicly put that on the internet. Trust me, I have stories. If you knew me in real life and you knew all the stuff that happened to me, but I just can't, there's a time and a place to put it on the internet, you know? You gotta let stories sometimes sit a little bit before you like put them on blast on the internet. So this is one of them. I'm a little bit nervous to tell a story, to be honest. I have held this story a secret for a very long time. Well, not a secret, like obviously everyone around me knows this, but a secret from the internet for a long time. So as always, you know, get your popcorn ready because what I'm about to tell you is insane. And I know sometimes I get comments and questions about this. I know a lot of you guys think that my story times are fake because this stuff like could not like how does all this happen to one person? And I ask myself the same fucking shit too. I don't know. I literally do not know. But like if I made fake story times, I would be pumping those fake ass story times out. I would be telling y'all that I got kidnapped last weekend and that I died 4 weeks ago. Like, but no, this is real and this unfortunately happened to me. So
when is it my turn to be happy?
let's talk about it. So I'm not really gonna waste any time with this. I'm just gonna tell you guys what the hell happened. Also, really weird. I'll get into it in the story, but I literally like manifest, not even quote. I don't know why. I don't even know why I'm giving. What the fuck can I speak? Like manifested this happening. This happened right after I was talking to somebody. Like I'm not kidding you, an hour after. I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, damn, I don't have any more stories to put on my YouTube channel.
Excuse me?
I'm never saying that again. Long story short, let's just get into this. So this story happened when I was going into my second year of college, and this was like my first like big girl job. Like I worked at like Starbucks and stuff before, but this was like the first like I worked for a company. It was like I was like an employee. It was a job. It was basically like a marketing job. Like, I just kind of like worked with like the marketing department in this company. It wasn't a very big company. It was actually kind of a small company, but I just worked as like marketing and like primarily did online social media marketing since that's what I was like good at. But yes, that's what I did for this job. So when I got this job, I asked them basically if I could do it from home because I didn't really want to deal with moving to another city. I still was kind of young. It was like going into my second year of college. I didn't want to move to another city. Like that's a whole hassle to do. I wanted to go home. I was like kind of dealing with some personal issues at home that I needed to be physically kind of at home for. And so I just asked them if like there was any way I could just do the job because it was like online marketing. You can probably just do it on the computer, so which I did. It was completely easy to do that way, so they let me do it. I just had to do like weekly like video call meetings and stuff for them to like give me stuff to do, and then like I did it, and yeah, it was easy to do it that way because I wasn't really doing any like in-person work kind of thing, if that makes sense. And since this was a smaller company, they only had like one guy who was like head of like the marketing, and I will just call him Mark because he did marketing. And so I had to do like weekly meetings like twice a week with Mark, and so I met him like on Monday and we like talked about what I had to do for the week, and then we like regrouped on Friday to make sure I actually did the work I was supposed to do. And just yeah, that was basically the whole cycle for like 3 months. And since this was like kind of a smaller company and I really wasn't doing anything other than marketing, I was just in communication with Mark. I really didn't know anybody else at the company, and also because I was working from home and not like going into an office, I didn't know anybody but Mark. Like that was my only contact that I really needed to do my job, and then they just paid me like monthly. So, and one of the things I was in charge of was cleaning up this company's YouTube channel because I don't know, their whole YouTube channel was just a little bit of a mess. They like didn't have any like banner or anything, and so I just like cleaned the whole thing up basically. So I had access to this company's YouTube channel, and like because I was working from home, I had it like signed into my personal laptop. And while I was working this job like over the summer, I also was doing classes, like summer classes, and I was doing homework for one of my classes on my computer computer and I was like listening to music in the background like through YouTube while I was doing my work. And obviously like I have my own YouTube channel. I thought I was signed into like my personal YouTube channel. And so I was just listening to like a bunch of stuff while I was doing work, and it was like Roddy Ricch, like Trippie Redd. All of a sudden I realized that I wasn't signed in to like my personal account while I was listening to all this music and doing my homework. And so I was like, oh shit, like I need to probably like sign out so like the people like at the company don't look at the history and they're like, why is there all this like rap music? I don't know, I just got worried that they were gonna like judge my music taste. Cause I don't know, I'd like show up to the meetings and I'd be like, corporate. So I went to go to the YouTube history to like clear it and then like sign back into my own YouTube channel so I could listen to my music in peace. This is when it gets a little weird. So I go to the YouTube history and I go clear it, and it's like all my music that I listen to. But there was one video, and like all the other stuff that was like normal for like the company. There was one video like right before all my music that was really, really weird. So the video was this adult baby like role play video. It was a video of a grown woman like completely dressed in a diaper, a bib, like a tutu, and like a binky or like pacifier, whatever the hell you want to call it, and like a bonnet, and she was like a fully grown woman, like a woman laying on a table crying like a baby, not like screaming, but like pretending like she's a baby. Just a very weird video. And also that's all it was. There wasn't any, it wasn't like a story or like anything else with the video. Like that's literally, I think it was like a 2-minute long video, and I was like, what the actual is this? Also, why is this allowed on YouTube? It just, something to me, even though it wasn't like sexual in any way, I think it felt like it was, you know? Also, why is this in the company's YouTube history? That was the weirdest thing. That I was like, damn, did I accidentally like have my music autoplay to some weird ass video and I didn't even like notice? So I honestly didn't really know what to do because I was gonna clear the history, but I was like, do I tell somebody? Do I just clear it? Did I accidentally do this? It also was a video that didn't have a lot of views. So for my music that had like a couple million plays to autoplay to this weird adult baby screaming woman video, I don't see how that could have happened. But I don't really know. I don't know YouTube's algorithm. I still try to figure it out. But it just, I didn't know what to do. Like, what do you do? So I texted my friend and I go, dude. And he says, hey, I'm on the phone. I said, no worries. I be seeing stuff I'm not supposed to. I'm logged into my company's YouTube. And I was like, I'm gonna go look at the history because why not? And well, I went to go clear the history, so I was listening to music, but I guess I just told him, like, I'm gonna go look at the history. And I go, there's some creepy ass shit, and I don't know who has access to it. And he says, like, what? And I sent him the video. The video is since gone. I think it only lasted on YouTube for, like, literally, like, 24 hours. It's weird. Like, it's not sexual, but there was something wrong with it. And I sent him the clip, and he goes, what the fuck? Oh my god, is there a lot? I go, I know, no, there's just one. So, because there was just one, I thought maybe even, like, if I didn't do it, maybe somebody else accidentally clicked on some weird ass shit. So I just like cleared the YouTube history, but my friend told me that like I shouldn't say anything, but just make note of it so that if it happens again, then like say something. But like because there was only one, I wasn't sure if it was an accident or like on purpose or like who did it, so wasn't really my business. I just cleared the history and like moved on, and like nothing really came of it yet. Nothing came of it till later. So I also really didn't want to like tell Mark because I met with him like 2 times a week. He seemed like such a normal person. He also was like kind of on the younger side, like maybe like late 20s, early 30s, I don't really know. Was super nice. I never got like sus, uncomfortable, like sketchy vibes from this person. So I just like when I saw this, I was like, nah, there's just no way that like Mark is like watching this. So I just literally, I was like, whoever did this, probably an accident. I don't even want to like let them know we're gonna move on from this. So time goes on and I go back to school full time, and then I honestly just like forgot about that incident. But after a few weeks of like being back at school, I noticed in my bank account that I never got paid for the last month of work that I did. And so I kind of thought that was odd because like they were pretty good at like paying me like on time. So I just thought maybe it was like an accident, like forgot to pay me after like my last month. So I texted Mark and I let him know that like, hey, I never got paid for like the last month. So So if you could figure out like why, let me know. And that's when Mark told me that the company, because it like was a smaller company, they were kind of going through a rough financial period, and so he asked me if he could pay me, or the company could pay me a little bit later than usual because of this, and I said that was totally fine. I didn't need the money like right away. I was like back in school, and so I didn't need it like right away. So I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. I was understanding, and I was like, just pay me whenever you guys can, thinking that it wasn't gonna be like that long. And then because I was like really busy with school, I honestly forgot that they just didn't pay me for like the last month for like a very long time. And so like right before I went back home for like Christmas break, I think it was, like a lot, like way later, I was like, yo, I never got paid. So I hit up Mark again and I was like, hey, it's been a while. Can y'all pay me? Because I never got paid for my last month of work. And Mark replied and he was like, I honestly don't know why you have not been paid. Like, yes, it's been like a super long time. So I'm gonna try to go figure out like why. I'm gonna talk to people at the company and like we'll get you paid. Like, don't worry about it. But like, I don't know why it's taking so long. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm home now at this point because it's like break for me. Since I was home, I went to go get my nails done, and this was like 3 days after I told Mark, they're like, yo, I still have not been paid, can y'all pay me? And this is when I was talking to a friend and I legit was like, yo, like I don't really have any more story times to put on YouTube, kind of pissed, want to upload more, I don't have any. I'm not about to make up some like fake ass shit because I don't have the brain capacity for that. Don't complain that you don't have any story times, because then weird shit will happen. So I go in the nail salon, get my nails done, and I'm minding my business. I love getting my nails done, it's relaxing. So while I'm getting my nails done, I get a text from Mark and it says, are you on Snapchat? And I was like, why is he asking me that? Because, well, I talked to him a lot when we worked, but it literally was like professional. Like I wasn't his friend. We didn't like have casual conversation like, hey, how was your day? Like it was like, this is what's due, do it, and I'll see you next week. So, but I thought maybe because we did like social media marketing and like online marketing that maybe he was asking me a question about Snapchat. I don't know. I didn't know where this was going. So I basically told him like, yes, I do, but I don't really use it because Instagram has stories, so I don't really like upload. And when he replied to me, I knew something was wrong because he did not talk to me like this ever. And he says, add me on Snapchat, please, 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 please. And then he goes, let's FaceTime, please, which I have never done with him ever. So I was like, where the is this going? Like where are we going with this? But obviously even if I was going to FaceTime this person, I can't. I'm literally at the nail salon, so no. And so I replied to him and I was like, I can't, I'm at the store right now, like is everything okay? Because the texts were very weird. Like anybody else I'd be like, okay, whatever, but like this was my boss asking me to FaceTime, please, 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 please. Like it doesn't make any sense. So then Mark replies and he goes, LMAO, everything is fine. I just think it would be fun as hell to FaceTime. I just knew that something was wrong. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know where this was going. I didn't know what I was about to get myself into. But me being nosy and instead of just not replying, I was like, sure, I will give you my Snapchat. Maybe he just wants to be friends. I didn't technically work for this company anymore. I was planning on like going back, maybe. So I give Mark my Snapchat and he replies and he goes, added you. So I add him back and literally with not even like 30 seconds later, I get a Snapchat from Mark. And I was scared to open it because I didn't know what it was. I literally didn't know what it was, and he was acting weird, and I was in a public place. So if something inappropriate was about to pop up, I really didn't want like the mom behind me getting a pedicure to be like, what the actual is this girl looking at while she's getting her nails done? So I kind of like, you know, little discreet, little put your phone down and like open it. So I open this Snapchat. And it wasn't anything exactly inappropriate that I needed to like shield my phone away. But it definitely was weird as f. So I opened it and it was a picture of Mark, a grown man in a tutu, a bib, a binky with food all over him and like a diaper. Like he was decked out like a baby. The caption was like, I'm a big baby loser, like need a mama. When I tell you I dropped my phone, I actually dropped my phone. Like I didn't have another hand to screenshot. I was absolutely like this is my boss, a grown man sending me a Snapchat while I'm in public of him dressed up like a baby telling me he needs a mama and I am not friendly with this person. Like what the actual So I dropped my phone completely and I'm like, oops, sorry, nail salon. Like trying to like discreetly pick it up like I didn't just open that Snapchat. And so I'm like heavy breathing like while I'm like getting my nails done. Like literally like I wanted to just tell somebody, but I wasn't with anybody that I knew. Like I wasn't about to tell the nail lady. I have to be like, what the actual. So I'm just sitting there like so uncomfortable and I'm like, this isn't real. This isn't real. Because I'm like sitting down, I Snapchat him back and it's just a blank screen and I just like put the caption. I was like, haha, what? You're like, what the f are you supposed to say? Like, how do you even reply to that? But the next Snapchat I did screenshot. So I have proof. I'm not making this up. I have proof. I'm putting it in here. And obviously I have to blur out this person's face. And so it's gonna be kind of a blurry photo. I'm not about to like ruin this person's life. So the caption was, it's going. I'm a big time loser diaper baby. At this point, I wanted to cry. And I know you're probably like, why the f are you crying? But you know when like you just can't process something? Like nothing made sense at this moment and I didn't understand what was going on and I was alone and I was in public and so I couldn't actually like show emotion and so I was kind of like just trying to like literally act as normal as possible and like suppress it, and so my instinct was to cry and I wanted to bawl so badly that when I left getting my nails done, I went to my car and I literally cried for 20 minutes. Yes, you can call me emotional, you can call me a dramatic ass bitch. I don't really care. I just couldn't physically process what was happening that I had to cry. Like, but while I'm still at the nail salon, Mark keeps like pressing me to FaceTime and like one, I can't, and two, I really just don't want to because obviously I just, no thank you, no thank you. So he replies by saying, I wish I could show you how much of a loser diaper baby I am. Hee. I'm a loser. Let's FaceTime please. Let's make a new YouTube video. I'm a big time loser baby. So he just kept saying that basically and I just stopped replying at this point. I was like literally internally having a breakdown. I wanted to go home. I needed to tell my mother and my parents and just be like, hey, help. So I leave the nail salon, I go home. So obviously I was visibly distraught and I had proof, like literally I've been screenshotting all this. And so I showed my parents and any parent would be like, what the actual hell? But they explained to me that they were like, this is harassment. Like this is your boss and this is obviously something that like he is into and he's trying to like push it onto you for some reason. So this is like sexual harassment in the workplace. Like they were just like, this is not okay. This is very inappropriate. This is not okay. And so I was like, yeah, this is not okay. So as I'm talking to my parents, Mark starts blowing up my phone again. Literally like back to back Snapchats. And I'm like, what is going on? So I opened them and it was like something just switched. Like it had gone from all this baby stuff and like being a big time loser baby and like pretending to be a baby and stuff. And it switched to him telling me, oh my God, my friends took my phone. I'm so sorry. Like, please forgive me. This is so effed up. Like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, how are you gonna go from sending me pictures of you in a diaper and a binky to telling me that, oh my God, my friends took my phone? That does not add up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he literally goes, Brooke, I'm so sorry. Those were my friends screwing around on my phone. I'm so sorry. This is so up. I can't believe this. I have no idea what was sent, but I'm so sorry. Whatever was sent, please, please, please disregard. Obviously, that's a lie. Like, are we in middle school where you're like, oh my God, that was my friend telling you that I have a crush on you. I'm so sorry. My friend took my phone. I may have bought it if it was just like messages, but because he sent me pictures, I was like, dude, like, and that's literally what I said. I was like, you sent me pics, LOL. And then he was like, this is so effed up. And then I was like, what? I also told Mark that like I knew it was him because I remember the YouTube video incident and I was like, dude, I literally like saw a video on the YouTube channel for the company that I know you have access to because if I have access to it, you have access to it. And it was like the same thing, like an adult dressed up like a baby. Like this is just not a coincidence by any means. And then after I said that, he switched from being like,
oh my God, it wasn't me, like please stop, like oh my God, it was my friend,
to like literally just straight up begging me to like be quiet. He was like, please don't say anything, like please be quiet. And it wasn't like a couple. He sent me probably 100 messages pleading to be quiet, like 100 messages. So the thing that like really concerned me about all of this was that when he was like pleading me to like be quiet about all this and like being like, please, please, please don't say anything, he basically said like, don't worry, I'll get you paid, like just be quiet. He exactly said, I promise I'll get you paid in a few days, just keep this between us, please, 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 Brooke. The way I kind of read that was like, you be quiet quiet and I get you paid. And I was like, no, I actually need to be paid because it's been fucking 3 months and you're not gonna like blackmail me into being quiet because like y'all have not paid me for my last month of work. So what? I was just gonna go straight to like the guy who like owned the company because I had his contact information and be like, look, like I was never paid for my last month of work. It's been a very long time, and also now my boss or like your employee is borderline sexually harassing me, and so I'm just gonna get my attorneys involved at this point. Like I don't really know what to do. I haven't been paid and now I've been harassed. Like I'm sorry. So Mark also started calling my like main phone number and was like blowing that up too, like back to back calling me. And this was like 9 p.m. on like a Friday. Like I had shit to do. I had plans. Like I was leaving my house and he would like kept calling me a bunch of time. I remember I was trying to like type in like Google Maps like where I was going like with my GPS, and like I couldn't because Mark kept calling me and I kept declining and he just like kept doing it over and over. So I tell Mark, just like, please stop contacting me. I'm just gonna contact the guy who owns the company that we work for and I'm just gonna deal with this legally. Like leave me alone, please. And Mark tells me that this isn't a lawsuit, Brooke, and then he starts offering me a bunch of money. So at this point, I just stopped replying. I left my house. I went to go do stuff. It was Friday night and I was not sitting at home talking to Mark, listening to him beg me to be quiet for the next like 4 hours. I just left and he kept messaging me. Like I wasn't replying at this point, nor was I even like screenshotting. Like he just kept messaging me and like upping the amount as he was like begging me to be quiet. He's like, I'll pay you this and like please be quiet. And then I'll be like, okay, well how about this? Like I wasn't even replying and he was like upping the amount of money to like get me to not say anything. But the last message that I do have screenshotted from all of this, I think, is a Snapchat message because I thought it was weird. He sent me a message that said, I'm yours, I'm your bitch, and I didn't reply to that because I don't know what the f that means, and I just... yeah, there was nothing I could do at this point. What am I gonna do? Like, it's literally like 11 p.m. So the next few days, Mark basically continues to like text me, but it's just him apologizing now. Like he just keeps repeatedly apologizing for all the stuff that he sent me and like what happened. And he's just like, I'm so sorry. I can't believe this happened, blah, blah. Some of the texts were like extremely long. I'm not even gonna put them in there. It's literally just him saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, like 50 times. I was still super uncomfortable with everything. I didn't really want to talk to him. Like it literally happened yesterday. So I wasn't replying to them, wasn't really paying attention to them, but then he texted me and he was like, I mailed you 2 checks. And I was like, huh? Obviously like Mark had my mailing address because like I worked for him, so like he had to like send me stuff for work and everything, so it made sense that he didn't have to ask me for my address to like send me 2 checks. I honestly thought it was just a bunch of bullshit. Like when he was like, I mailed you 2 checks, this is what you need to do, I was like, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. I don't actually think you actually sent me anything. And then also because I was already going through the stalking situation, which if you have no idea what I'm referring to and you're like new to my channel, hello, my life is fucked up. It wasn't like I was like, I'm gonna get my attorney. Like I don't have attorneys on call. I had attorneys I was already speaking to because of the stalking situation. So I was already like talking to them, and so when I had a meeting with them anyway about the stalking thing, then I brought up the whole thing with Mark and I was like, hey, this also just happened to me. If you guys want to just give me your like input of like what the hell is going on. My priority was like the stalker situation, so they were like, we'll go over this in a bit. We need to like deal with this problem first. And so I just honestly, I'm gonna be like straight up, I didn't want to deal with this because I already had like so much on my plate like emotionally, and I also didn't want to add in another legal thing I had to deal with. I was like, you know what? I'm not in immediate danger. It's really not the end of the world. I'm just extremely uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna deal with this other thing before we get to Mark. So, and then like a week later, I got a check in the mail. I got one of them, and the check was for like what I was owed from like the company for like doing the work for last month. So I was like, okay, I got basically what I wanted. I got the money I was owed. Perfect. I'm just gonna move on with my life now. Like I was kind of over it. I wasn't going back to work for this company. I never met any of these people physically in person. But then a month later, I get a check in the mail. And this is what all of you guys are waiting for and what you saw in the fucking title. Mark sent me a check for $20,000. Immediately, I go to my parents and I'm like, what do I even do with this? Like, when in your life would you ever think you would just wake up one day and there would be a check in your mail for you for $20,000 from somebody that you don't really know? Like, what do you even do? I didn't even know. I didn't even think it was real. I honestly thought it was a fake check. I was like, this isn't real. This isn't happening. It's a month later. This isn't real. So, and I really just like didn't want to reach out to Mark again because I didn't want to talk to this person. So I just was like, okay, what do I do with this check for $20,000? Like, do I keep it? Do I not? Do I hold on to it for a little bit? Do I like go talk to somebody? Like, and I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like,
Why the did you do this, Brooke? Like, are you an idiot?
I ended up just like sitting with the check for like a really long time and I threw it out. So
But what the hell?
I didn't know what to do with it and I didn't want to deal with it, and so I just threw it out. But I don't really know if it would have went through, if I don't really know, but I'll never know. We'll never know. But yes, they did send me $20,000 and I also just never went through with like doing literally anything with this situation. I just moved on. I didn't want to deal with this. I threw out the check. I didn't want to talk to anybody anymore. I didn't want to even like legally deal with this. It was a weird, horrible, uncomfortable situation. I don't want anybody to go through shit like this, but it also was not the end of the world. It wasn't anything that I was like in danger with, so I just moved on. And I hope this person is doing a lot better now. I hope they're in a better place in their life. Haven't spoken to them. I haven't spoken to literally anybody that works at that company. I don't even know if it even exists anymore, if I'm gonna be completely honest, because like, I just haven't checked up on it. Like, I don't even know. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this story time. I want to get back into doing story times. I have a couple other ones that are like my brain that I want to share with you guys, but I just haven't done this for like so long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I've been saving it for a very long time, so I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you get notified every single time I upload new videos. Also, go check the description box for all my social media links. I often post little previews of my videos on my Instagram before I put them on YouTube, so super excited. But anyways, I will see you guys next time.